Have you just been told your child is having a really hard time at school, some kind of an academic setback? Maybe they had to sit at recess because they didn't finish schoolwork on time. Maybe they just forgot to turn something in, or they could have done really bad in a test that they had really prepared for. These moments can feel huge for both you and your child. The best thing you can do right now is pull your resources together and get some kind of help to get your child unstuck and prevent them from feeling like they should just give up. In this video, I'm going to share 5 ways you can use growth mindset to help your child and help make your parenting a lot easier when you're dealing with an academic setback. Growth mindset became really popular in the mid 2000s when the book Mindset came out. Growth mindset is really a way of looking at intelligence as a way that develops, grows, changes, and can get better and easier. It's really common to explain growth mindset by talking about basically the opposite, which is a fixed mindset. A fixed mindset is basically intelligence is innate, intelligent, you're born with it, and there's not really much you can do. Kind of like you get what you get and you don't get upset. With my background as an occupational therapist, I have a unique perspective when it comes to growth mindset. I really see it as a lived experience, right? I see it with my kids when they come to me and they're willing to try something new, right? Even if they may have messed it up, they're still willing to, try something a little bit different and give it a go, right? Those kids show me that they have an innate growth mindset. The kiddos that come to me and are like, well, I can't do that, or that's really hard, or the ever popular shoulder shrug with no real answer to it. To me, those kiddos are having a real hard time with this growth mindset and kind of maybe stuck in a fixed mindset. Let me know below if you have a kiddo at home like that doesn't want to try new things or kind of gets stuck in the I can't do it kind of mode. Let me know what you've tried and what's worked. It's a great way for others to learn from this. Having some proven ways to build growth mindset will really help you as a parent when you are faced with these setbacks and you're really looking for resources to help you. Having a growth mindset will have you open to the possibilities of what can be better, and what can change, even if it's little by little. So we're going to jump right into 5 ways you can build your parenting growth mindset. And I'm going to give you one thing that I never ever want you to say again. First thing you can do is start to narrate what's actually happened, right? A lot of times we focus so much on the end result that we forget to teach our kids, hey, the process is what's really going to build strategies so that your effort can make the changes that you want. So narrate to your kiddo. This works for all ages. Our little ones, preschoolers, all the way to our teenagers and young adults. The second one is one that I'm really good at. Ask a lot of questions, specifically about the process of whatever happened, whether it was good or bad. Asking questions will help them rethink that process and will help them actively think, oh, I did this, I did that, I did this, and I had a really good result. Or actually this time, I didn't do 3 of my homeworks and I didn't write down my notes and I didn't do great in a test. Both are very powerful ways to get them to start thinking about the process. A little tip here, some kids, you're gonna ask them questions about what they did and they're just gonna be full of information for you, right? Some kids, you're gonna have to ask more open-ended questions, and sometimes you're gonna have to ask yes or no questions. Don't give up, because either option, number one, we're going to honor your child's preference. We're not really going to push them. And number 2, going through the process, whether it's answering yes or no questions, still gets them to revisit and think about that process. Number 3 is I want you to help them build up metacognition. Metacognition is an executive functioning skill that helps us think about thinking, right? So this will help your child get a bird's eye view of what happened, and they'll be able to figure out what they did, how they did it, and take that information and maybe try it a little different next time. So this really ties in nicely together to that growth mindset, because growth mindset is all about looking at the possibilities of what's to come. Number 4 is actually all about the adults in the room. talk about failures. Try and bring up a time when you failed and you were able to do things differently because of that failure, or things didn't really go your way, but you were able to come up with different solutions, or things didn't go your way, you had a failure, and because of that failure, some different doors open up, some different opportunities open up that you didn't even know were possible. I will add a little hack here. You may have your own struggles with growth mindset versus fixed mindset, right? So if that's you, this might be kind of hard for you, that's okay. You can still get the same benefits by using an example from maybe a movie, using an example from maybe a book of somebody that struggled with a failure and had a different result because of it. I do have a video all about failure right here. When you're done with this video, you can go watch that one. Number 5 is practice flexibility, right? Remember, with growth mindset, we're looking at possibilities. When we are stuck in fixed mindset, we have one way to do things, and that is the only way. So bringing up that executive functioning skill of flexibility is another great way to use growth mindset to make your parenting much easier. And sometimes it doesn't have to be a big change in something. Sometimes it can just be the little things. For example, sometimes forgetting to leave a fork in their lunchbox makes them be like, oh, I don't have a fork, but I'm in my cafeteria, so I can just walk right over there and grab a fork from my cafeteria. Not a big deal, easy, but still tapping into building that flexibility. This is what I do not want you to say anymore. I want you to remove this from your vocabulary. And I know that we say this with really good intentions. My kid will have to try harder, or little Johnny, you're just gonna have to try harder, right? We're connecting effort with result. When we're looking at growth mindset, we really want to shift from looking at the final result to the process and the steps. The originator of this growth mindset trend philosophy that we all know today, originally her speaking about effort got really confused because people just thought, similar to that, oh, you have to try harder, that if the child would try harder, the person would try harder, they would change. So she had to revisit it and rediscuss having a strategy, a different strategy. Remember, the possibilities, looking for possibilities, bringing in a new possibility, and then trying again is where we see that growth mindset grow. So stop telling your kiddos to try harder, and let's us, the adults in the room, help our kiddos come up with different strategies to support their efforts. Keeping building these strategies in mind when you're setting up something like a morning routine, which is right in this next video, which piggybacks on this growth mindset, to helping you build your morning routine so that your day starts stressless and positive.